Hello and welcome. So, I'm sure you've seen other people live streaming on Facebook and you've seen the kind of reaction they get, and you keep reading about how it can help your business and how it can help your reach on Facebook. But the big question is, how do you do this, right? You're a small business, you're solo. Where do you begin? What does it all mean? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I think Mr. Murphy has settled in. Yes, he is settled in and ready to join us. So I'm going to run the intro and then we will jump right in on tonight's topic. Okay, what? There we go. Okay, so you have probably been told that you should be streaming on Facebook. Maybe you've read about it, maybe you've seen other people doing it being successful, but you don't know where to begin, right? And let's face it, there's a lot to learn about Facebook, and having your presence there for your business can feel a little overwhelming. So like anything else, the best way to go about it is to break it into smaller tasks. So hopefully by now you've got your business page set up, and maybe you've started posting there once in a while, maybe on a more regular basis. That would be better. Maybe you've set up your group, maybe not. It's not a requirement, it's just an option. But regardless of how you do it, one of the best ways to help make a connection with your audience, to start to get some engagement with your current and future audience, is to do some live streaming. And it's not as intimidating a thing as people think. If you take nothing else away from this, there's one thing to keep in mind, because I understand firsthand why people feel like this is not, like this is something that they don't want to do, right? So I get it. I am not a person who is comfortable on camera, right? I am always the person taking the pictures. I like being behind the scenes. I like being backstage crew. But you have to take yourself out of the equation and your own fears, and think of it this way, okay? You don't run away from your customers or your clients when they have a question, right? This is the same exact thing. So don't think about how you feel about it, right? Your hangups, your voice, how you look, whatever your hangup is. We all got them. Don't worry about it. You're not the only one. The thing you want to focus on is how you can help people. When you change your focus from you onto the people that you're going to help, this all becomes much easier. And to top it off, I'm going to go through some of the basic things that you need to know to help as another step towards getting you live streaming. Sound good? All right, so let us get this game rolling. Okay, let's start with the beginning, right? People throw these terms around, maybe you smile and nod, maybe you're not so sure what it means. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't ever feel bad about asking what something means. Nobody is born knowing this stuff, I can guarantee that. And so we all need to learn it. So let's start off with the first one, right? What the heck are we talking about? Okay, so live streaming refers to online streaming of video. Generally, that's what it is. Online streaming of video, which is simultaneously recorded and broadcast real time. So the big difference here is that this is something that feels like traditional video, okay? Except that it is faster, cheaper, and easier to do than live video, because however it comes to the camera is how it is, right? So you do some planning, of course. You have either a full-out script or some bullet points, whatever you're comfortable with, and then you're just gonna go live. And then once it's there, not only do the people who were there live benefit from it, but it continues on for people who, because of time zones or scheduling or whatever, couldn't be there live. They can still see it later. The nice thing about it is it still has that same energy that the live people got to enjoy, but they get to see it on their own schedule. And so you'll hear a lot of people refer to VOD. VOD. That refers to video on demand. And that's just a way to refer to these live streams that have been streamed live and then are available after the fact for recording. So sometimes, your live audience, maybe they missed something, or a day later or 2 days later, they're like, they said something, I don't remember exactly, and they want to go back. that's the benefit of having these recordings available. The other thing is, depending on how you're doing it, you can either download the video yourself from Facebook, or if you're using something like I am, like vMix, you can simultaneously, while I'm live streaming right now, I'm also making a local recording. Either way, it becomes something that you can repurpose later, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail. But that, in a nutshell, is what we were talking about, is this idea of, I'm here, I'm live, right? It is Thursday, it is now 8:05 Eastern time. I see John is out there. Hello, John, good to see you. So, if you had a question or whatever, I could answer it in real time. We can have this conversation and we can go back and forth, or I can just keep rolling along depending on the needs of my audience. And that's the nice thing about this, is because it lets you provide content, lets you help them, lets you inform them about things, lets you share tips and tricks that maybe they wouldn't have learned otherwise, and gives them the opportunity to engage with you and also with other people who are watching. So it's a win all the way around. All right, let's go back. So now that we've covered what it is, let's talk about why, right? So why would you stream to Facebook? There's a ton of great reasons to do this. First of all, it's important to keep in mind that for businesses, streaming to Facebook is just a gold mine, okay? Because doing it on a regular basis, being there, talking about your business, providing value and entertainment, even if you happen to be entertaining, you don't have to be, there's no pressure. But you have access to one of the largest online audiences on the face, because Facebook is, let's face it, it is the big name, it is the giant, and it is a platform that many, many, many people use every single day, multiple times a day, that type of thing. In addition, you also get unique data from the Facebook algorithms. So when you're going live, after you go live, Facebook gives you feedback about who watched, from where, how long, did they, give you that, that thumbs up or the hearts, were they engaging, were they making comments? You get all this kind of feedbacks, where they were located, what kind of device they were on. This is all helpful information to you just in general, as far as your social media planning, your website planning, your business planning. So these are all benefits you get just for free by doing live streams. It is flexible, right? So you can do live streams as public, or you can do them private. So maybe, if you have employees that are scattered around, you got salespeople on the road, you can have sessions that are just targeted to them if you want. And you can always boost these, turn these into ads, that type of thing, to get more reach out on Facebook, which is a good thing. So, the high bullet points for this are, it encourages engagement. Hands down, that is the big thing, right? This is a great way to do it. And the engagement doesn't stop after you go live, because the video lives on. So people will still come and they will comment and they will share all those good things that you want, right? It saves you a ton of time, right? Doing live streams is so much faster and more efficient and economical than to do a structured video, right? Where you have to hire a crew and maybe get studio time, and you've got to write scripts and you've got to do multiple takes and it's got to be edited. All of that falls away, because whatever your show length is, other than some planning, that is how long it takes to do the live stream. So much faster, and yet you get all the benefits of a pre-recorded video. You can create a great sense of community. So by being consistent, by letting people know that this is here, your audience then will start to share it with other like-minded folks. Those people will start to come. And like I said, not only do people engage with you, but they will engage with each other and build friendships and share information. So you really do build your community that way, which also just helps your reach then, right? Because that's just more people who are out there who know about you. And when they run across somebody who has a need that you can serve, whether it's goods, products, services, whatever, they'll say, hey, I know exactly who you need to talk to. And oh, by the way, they do a live show. So if you've got questions, you can go talk to them. It encourages traffic, right? Because Facebook is all about the live streaming. So when they see that you're going live, especially if you're going live on a regular basis, they will extend your reach. They will boost you. They will put you into more people's feeds, which is a great thing, right? That's what we want. And it gives you the chance to be you, right? You are what makes your business different and special. Otherwise, why would anybody bother, right? There's nothing new under the sun except each one of us and our approach to business and how we deal with things. And this gives you a way to be you. communicate the same way you would if this was a person sitting across from you, right? Or standing across from you in your shop, however that works in your business. You want to talk to the camera like you would to any of your customers, right? When a customer comes to talk to you, right? Or they call you or whatever, you don't run and hide in a corner. No, of course not. You're going to talk with them. You're going to answer their questions. You're going to explain things. You're going to tell them things that they don't know, maybe introduce them to new products and services that you've got. That's what you're going to do here too. Make sense? Alrighty, just double checking. So I can see comments for everybody except for Mixer. Hello, Mixer. So that I do have to check over here, but we're good. I do want to make that go away though. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's keep going, right? So actually, before we do that, let me just come back here for a minute because I do want to let you know that if you do want to become a part of our community, if you do want to get notified in advance about the shows that we're doing, anything else that we've got going on, if you go to yourtechcoach.net/mailing list, see, this is live, otherwise I would have edited that out. yourtechcoach.net/mailing list, you can join the mailing list. I don't sell the mailing list. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. The whole purpose of the mailing list is just so that I can let you know what's coming, what's going on, and you get the first notifications of anything new that's coming down the pike. All right, so just want to let you know that that is out there for you anytime that you want to sign up. Okay, so let us continue. So next, right, this is what you're here for. How the heck do you stream on Facebook? Okay. There's basically two things that you need in order to do this, okay? It's super easy. You've already got at least one of them, okay? A phone, okay? If you have a phone, you're ready to go. Another nice to have, a phone, you can also do it from a laptop, a Chromebook, anything that's got a camera on it. If you've like maybe bought a camera, or maybe your laptop has got a camera in it, or maybe you've got a desktop and you've put, like a Logitech camera on it, that's good to go too. The other thing that is a nice to have is a tripod. So here are a couple of different ones. So this is the Manfrotto. So you can either just hold it, closed like this, or you can see the picture here, like you can put it on a desk, on a stack of books, whatever you've got handy for that. But, there's all kinds of different ones. I'll just show you. So, there's this kind, which is if you prefer to hold it, if you're going to be walking around your shop and you want to show things, this is a nice comfortable one. It's got a nice comfortable grip on it. But this also, expands. So if you did want to put this down, you can press this little button here and turn this into a standing one. So it's very versatile, very comfortable to use, very lightweight. And the idea is that you put your phone in here. It's a little squeezy thingy, and then you just pop your phone in and out of there. This one also rotates, so whether you want to do portrait or landscape, this works for you. There's another one. Okay, so there's this, right? So you've probably seen these around. This is by far the lightest weight thing you have ever seen on the planet. It is so easy. Like if you wanted to throw this in a bag and do your live stream from outdoors, this is a real easy way to do it. Plus, this has got the highly articulated legs. So this is the one that like you can attach, to a tree or wherever it is that's convenient for you. This is super flexible, super easy to use. And again, so these, just so you know, you buy the tripod, right? And then you need some sort of phone holder. Unless you're going to be using a regular camera, which is a little bit more complicated, but then you would just screw that on here. But these are just camera holder, cell phone holders. And they just screw on. You can spend as little as $10 for the combo. You can spend as much as you want on it, whatever works for you. Another way to go, and this is a bit of a more complicated setup, but this has got a microphone on it. It's got a light. And then it's got the little holder here, and then this is just, it's got the legs on it, so you can do it that way if you want it to stand, or you can just hold it. Frankly, it's a selfie stick. So you can angle the top for whatever you want. The point being, you can get as simple or as complex a combination as you want, but literally you can start with this. You could start with this right after you watch this video, okay? You literally, all you need is this. You're not going to want to hold it, and do this for, 2 hours, but you could certainly do this for 5 minutes. And then when you feel like you want to go a little bit longer, it's more comfortable for you if you've got the tripod. But of course, that is totally up to you. One sec. Okay. So that's all you need to get started. It is literally that simple. You do not have to invest thousands of dollars in gear. You don't have to learn special equipment. You don't have to learn special software. This is all you need. This is the price of admission. The thing you're already carrying around in your pocket is all you need. And you can do it from either side. So you can do it from the selfie camera if you want. Those are always a little bit less quality, but these days it's such a minor difference, nobody's going to notice. Or if you wanted to do it, like if you want to have somebody else hold it, then you could use the back-facing camera, whatever works better for you. You can also use the back-facing camera if you're using a tripod, right? You could set it up, get it going, and then run around and start your thing. Whatever works for you is the whole point here. This is not expensive. It is not a big deal to get started. How many times in life do we get to say that? It's pretty cool. Okay, so then the next question is always, well, where do I do this? So there's a couple of different places that you can do live video on Facebook. So you can do it on your business page, right? So hopefully, and we've talked about this before, you can go back and look at the previous videos if you need the help. But just so you know, it is against terms of service to do business on your personal Facebook account, right? So if you are doing that, please stop because they will get mad, and set up a business page. It's super easy. There's no cost to it. And if you're not sure how to do it, just go to facebook.com/business and they walk you through it. You can do the whole thing in 5 minutes. So you can do it on the business page. You can either do it on the fly or you can do it scheduled. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Once you have your business page, if you set up a group, you can do it inside the group. And that group can be public or private, however you prefer to do it, however your audience prefers to do it. And you can also do it as part of Facebook Stories. So the Facebook Stories is a lot of fun. That's an easy way. Like if you wanted to be spontaneous and just put something up there real quick, it's the kind of thing that is enjoyable. You can add things to it. They've got all the little overlays and stuff that you can play with, which is great fun. But those are the three most common ways that you're going to want to do it. You can also do just like in posts and that kind of stuff. But you're going to want to do it on your page, in your groups, and as your stories. Make sense? Okay. Yes. Right? That's the thing about Facebook. So yeah, somebody said over on Mixer, they're like, what? So yes. So for example, the reason that's coming from there, so like if you're on Mixer, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Periscope, there's one place, even YouTube, right? There's one place to do it, right? You're going to do it on that account and that's it. Facebook is the one case where you've got some options, right? And you can kind of mix it up. So, maybe you're going to do one kind of live on your business page. Maybe you'll do a different kind in your group. And of course, the stories tend to be shorter things. So you can kind of mix it up. You can all be on the same topic, of course, but you can make one maybe a little bit more fun, one a little bit longer, one a little bit more serious. However it is that you want to mix it up, whatever you feel like doing, whatever works better. And the only way to figure that out, frankly, is to try it. Try it, see what works for you, what feels comfortable, see what gets a reaction for people, then do maybe a little bit more of those, but keep trying the different combinations because as your audience grows, the thing that works best may shift a little bit in Facebook. But regardless, try to do at least the business page and the stories on some sort of a regular basis. And that is one of the important things is you do want to do it on a regular basis. Pick a day and time that works for you and then go with that. Alrighty. Which leads us into the next thing. So how do you do this, right, on Facebook? So you can set up what they call scheduled streams. So you can go in and when you say, live video, you give it a title, you can put a description in, you can put in some tags, and then you can either choose to go live in that moment or you can schedule it for future time. I think the minimum is like 15 or 20 minutes and then I think up to 7 days. And then, you just show up on that day and time and do it. You can also just be completely spontaneous about it, or you can do it unscheduled. Like I said, you can just go in, hit the button, and go. You will need to put a title in. Or you can be spontaneous about it. And spontaneous works either on your page or in stories. It really doesn't matter. Wherever you feel like you want to do it at that moment, that's good. Just keep in mind that the stories are shorter. It's a limited amount of time, whereas on your page, you can go for however long you want. But it's whatever works for you. And the perfect combination, frankly, is a little bit of all. So, get into the habit of doing a scheduled stream. That is really important as far as creating a habit in your audience. But throw in some other ones too. Don't be too rigid about it. So yes, you're going to be, like I'm here every Thursday. Hey, Jason, how are you? Good to see you. I'm here every Thursday. I do Facebook. I do a multi-stream. So I have a complex setup. But I do to Facebook, to YouTube, and to Mixer all at the same time. And I'm here, it's 8 o'clock Eastern time every Thursday, but I also jump on from time to time just because I feel like it, or something's come up in the news, or somebody's asked a question that I thought, other people would benefit from. So it's that combination that works, but the anchor point for everything, right, the foundation you're going to build off of is your scheduled streams. Now, you don't necessarily have to schedule them in advance through Facebook. What you're doing is you're scheduling them with your audience, with your customers, with your clients. So you're saying to them, I'm going to be here on Facebook at this time every day, whatever that day is. And then you're going to follow through with that. And it's going to take a little time. It's not magic, but over time, people will start to incorporate you into their day as a habit. So whatever the day, you can go every day. Jason actually goes live. Is it every day, Jason, or it's pretty close to it, right? You're live a lot, which is great because people look forward to that. They count on it. Matter of fact, it'll get to the point where if you're late or you forget or you're sick and you can't do it, people will be like, well, what happened? I came, you weren't here. So, it really does become a part of their routine, and they start to anticipate and look forward to it. And so that's why you don't have to worry so much about the perfect day and time. It's the perfect day and time is whatever you can commit to and follow through on. After that, everything else will fall into place. Again, not many times in life that we can say that. So let's enjoy that one. Alrighty. So how do you do this? The first thing you always want to do is check your internet speed. And to do that, I'm just realizing I never switched this back. See, this is part of being live. Okay, let me just go back a second just so you can see the screens. Okay, so when... No. Let's try this again. Okay, so where we talked about your business page, your groups, your stories, right? How? You're going to schedule some of them. Now that can mean either using the scheduling tool, which Facebook gives you, or just making a commitment to your audience. Unscheduled, anytime you want. You can just hit that button and you can go. And you can just be spontaneous about it, particularly with your page and your stories. You can do it in the groups too, but depending on the group, rhythms, they may or may not be there. Okay, so now let's talk about how you do this. So the first thing you're always going to want to do is check your internet speed, because you want everybody to have a good experience. So you want to make sure that you're someplace that you've got a good connection. Ideally, you're on Wi-Fi. Sometimes you're going to do it on mobile, especially if you're on your phone. Just keep in mind that this uses a lot of bandwidth. So if you have a cap, you will hit it very quickly. I'm just warning you. So wherever you can, you do want to be, on Wi-Fi. Ideally, the perfect situation is if you can be hardwired to your router, but that's not always possible. So always do a check, do your, go to if you just search on Google for speed test, it comes up with a speed test for you. Just run like 2 or 3, kind of get a feel for what the average is. Ideally, your minimum for the upload should be about 5. Anything below that could get a little bit dicey, but that's the important number is the upload. So give me one sec, maybe I can show you. Although if I show you, it looks like I'm bragging, to be honest, because... All right, let me see. Maybe I can do one real quick. Do I have this as... No, I don't. Okay, one sec. Let me jump out of this for a second. And I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so if you do speed test. Okay, so you get this little, whoops, I should lose my picture here. Hang on. Here we go. So you see that this little section over here that's got the blue button. So you just hit that and give it a second. It will run. Okay, yeah, I'm going to end up bragging here. So I'm on Fios, so I have a really, really good connection. Although I will say this is on wireless right now, so it'll be a little bit lower than normal. So it's going to show you the download, which is, fine, but really what you're interested in is the upload speed. So it's finishing. Now it's testing the upload. I do have an embarrassing amount. So yeah, so 77 megabytes per second upload. That's pretty good. But you want to do it a couple of times because the point here is that you want to get like sort of a feel for the average. So I'll do it again, just so you can see that the numbers are always going to be different every time you do it. That's completely normal. Don't worry about that. So yeah, the download is really good, and yeah. Now, like I said, this is unusual speed. Like, if you're on a 5G connection, you might see something like this. If you are on your own Wi-Fi and you are a Fios customer, you might see something like this. We'll do one more. Just so you can see that the numbers do vary, but you'll get enough of a feel for whether or not it's a problem. So the download, that's just nice information to have, but the upload is the numbers that you're concerned with. Is it going to do this? No, okay, it didn't show us the little graph, but it did show the difference. Okay, so you can see there was a fair amount of variation on that, but, at the end, like, the average was very, very good because, sorry, I have really good internet. Yes, Ace just did this on Monday. That's truth. He did just do that. There we go. Yeah, see? Coco Gadget speed test. Yeah, it's a good habit to get into, because if there's a problem with your internet connection, you want to know it before you go live. And sometimes the solution to it, like if you're on your phone, is to just restart your phone, or restart your computer. If you're out and about, maybe you want to go 10 feet in one direction or another, because when you are on your cellular connection, the speed will change depending on where you physically are. So literally, 5 feet in any direction could greatly change your numbers. But you do want to do that kind of testing just before you go live. It doesn't have to take forever. It takes a few seconds each time. But then at least that when you do hit go live, you are doing everything you can to make sure that the video and the audio are the best they can be. Okay? Alrighty, let's keep going. So once you're sure that everything is what you want it to be, right, or as much as that can be, then you're going to go into either the stories or into your page and do the go live, or you can go into, and now I'm going to forget what it's called. Hang on a second. They keep changing the name on things in Facebook. Let me double check. What do they call it? Jason will know. Jason's probably hitting this 1,000 times. He knows it in his sleep. It used to be like Creator Studio. So you can go into Creator Studio and hit go live and do it that way. Whatever way you do it, it all ends up being the same. It's just a difference of whether it's going to go to your story or to your page or your group, and you can select that when you're doing it. So that's all easy enough. Okay, you're going to need to write a title. That's the absolute minimum for the Facebook post that you're going to do when you go live. So just, something that's going to explain what you're talking about, a little catchy doesn't hurt, a little SEO doesn't hurt, but you just want to communicate what it is that you're going to be talking about so people know what to expect. You're going to pick your page, your group, or, add it to your story, and then you're going to hit go live and start streaming. It's really not that hard at all. I mean, it looks like, 5 steps, but it takes a couple of seconds. For me, the thing that slows me down every time is the title, just because my brain always locks up a little bit on that, but that's just me. Many people don't have any problem with that at all, and they just rock and roll through it. Wow, you and JD are amazing. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ace, but thank you. I'll always take that. I will always take that for the win. Oh, you mean the internet speeds. That's what it is. You're talking about the internet speeds. Yeah, we're spoiled, but in the best possible way. All right, so as you can see, it's not a big deal. Literally, you can try this for the first time on your own. And by the way, if you're the kind of person that wants to do a little test drive before people see it, you can choose a private option when you go live. Don't do this a lot. Don't spend a lot of time on it, but once or twice, if you just want to get used to the pattern of going live and then stopping it, you can do that so that only you can see it. But then after that, just do everything public. Just go with it. That's part of the fun of live streaming, is it's live, right? I messed up. I forgot to change the screen, and so I was thinking you were seeing words when you were just looking at my face. So, that's just how things go. Okay, and then as a part of how you stream, after you stream, you can go in, like I said, you can download it, and then you can create, clips or highlights of things. You can cut out little pieces and maybe go and post them on Instagram, or do an Instagram story with it. I didn't include that as part of Facebook, even though that's part of the mothership, but doing things on Instagram, doing things on Facebook, a little different, so we'll do an Instagram one, the Instagram show later. But, share it out. And like I talked about before, this is live now, but when I turn this off, it will become a video that anybody can come and see at their leisure. VOD, video on demand. So share that, right? For the next couple of days. Send it out on Twitter, put it in an email to your mailing list, that type of thing. Maybe go and, do a blog post about it and then link to it. So, you get reuse out of it, which is a nice benefit. And then, give it a couple of days, a week or two, and then go in and check your analytics and get a feel for, what your audience is interested in, and then try to do more around that topic. Then you can, maybe get some ideas on some new stuff to do. You can see where your audience is coming, when they're coming, what kind of devices they're on, all that kind of good stuff. The other thing to keep in mind that I really should have put on here is you always want to go back and check to see if any of your previous ones, somebody after the fact has gone and made a comment, maybe asked a question. You want to make sure that you engage with those after the fact, right? Because they, for whatever reason, they couldn't be there live to talk to you, but make sure that you are still giving them that same level of service like you would do for anybody else. So make it a regular habit of yours to go back and look at your previous posts and live streams and make sure that you are taking care of any comments that come up. Alrighty. So let me just take another break here to let you know that one of the things that people say holds them back from doing live streams or doing posts on Facebook even is, I don't know what to say. Okay, so here you go. I have solved that problem for you. You can go to yourtechcoach.net/content ideas. That will sign you up for the mailing list. And when you confirm that, you will get my ebook, which is 130 content ideas for your business. Okay, so there you go. I'm doing everything I can to make this easy for you. So don't let a lack of content hold you back. You can pick one of the 130 and put that to work for you, and easy peasy, you're ready to rock and roll. And then you can concentrate on just talking to your audience. Okay, and once you start doing this, Jason, I know, will back me up on this. Once you start doing this, the ideas just start to come, right? The first couple of times you might kind of struggle a little bit. That's why I put that ebook together, because it helps to have something that you can just grab an idea from. But after time, you won't need that because the ideas will just keep popping in your head. And the trick here is to write them down so that you've always got a list to go to and work off for your next live stream. All right? Alrighty, let's keep going. Okay, so we did that. So, when? This is another big question. When is the best time to live stream on Facebook? The answer to that is whatever daytime works for you, because the whole point is that you have to commit to it. You have to let your audience know that you're going to do that and then follow through on it and be consistent so that they can be consistent. So whatever daytime works for you, and the right time to start is now or after I finish. Whatever. You can go start now. I won't be offended. That's fine. If you're excited, go start now. I'll go and look for your stuff later. But there is no barrier to entry, right? This you need, right? Or your laptop, your Chromebook, your desktop, if you've got a camera hooked up to it. If you want to go easy on your arms, grab yourself a tripod real cheap. I mean, literally, you can pick this up in the drugstores or go on Amazon. Like, these are everywhere. Or get a friend to hold it for you while you talk. If you've got a friend that's willing to stand there and hold it for you, you have a very good friend. Put them to work for you. So that is another win for you. So go ahead and do that. Put it to work for you and just start doing it. It's one of those things that the only way to do it is to just jump in and do it. It is a conversation. Go talk to your customers just like you would if they were standing in front of you. The only difference is, there's a camera between you. But if you stop thinking about it as a camera, start thinking about it as a person, you're going to find the whole thing much easier to deal with. All right? If you have any questions, comments, if you have something you want me to cover as a show topic, please reach out. Go to yourtechcoach.net. There is a contact form there. Let me know. If you have a question, let me know. If you need an immediate answer, and in that case, let me know how to get back to you. Otherwise, I'll save it for the next show because, frankly, that's where all the best show ideas come from, is you folks asking me questions. That's the best part of this. Also, if you're on Twitter, I am your_tech coach there. I post stuff like this here. There I post news articles. Things are relevant to those of us who are small businesses trying to survive in the world today. So you can feel free to go and take care of that. Ace, no problem. Go, eat, enjoy. Always nice when your nephew shows up and says, hey, let's go to dinner. That's a good thing. All right, so that's what I have for you. I'm going to just bring this back up again because I can't make this point enough. The time to start, the best time to do it, is whatever daytime works for you, and please start now because we're getting into the holiday season, right? Whatever line of business you're in, you should be thinking about how you can maximize your customer base, your reach, and frankly, your customer audience, so that you're getting them the goods, services that you provide. Even if you feel like maybe your line of work is not typically considered, part of the e-commerce holiday season type of thing, maybe there's ways that you can make that, so we've talked about that a little bit before. If you're a landscaper, maybe offer gift certificates so that a neighbor can buy somebody a lawn cutting, or somebody who's moving into the neighborhood, maybe a family member can hook them up with your services. If you do things like floor refinishing or plumbing or electrical work, same kind of thing. Maybe make it easy for people to buy gift certificates to help that new homeowner who is like overwhelmed with all the things that need to be done in their new home. Let them all contribute a little bit to help those folks achieve their goals, or to help everybody get their home, their yard ready for the holiday season, right? Everybody wants to put on their best face for the holiday when the relatives are coming by. So by all means, absolutely, think about those kinds of things. Just because the rest of your industry isn't tapping into the season doesn't mean that you can't. And live streaming is a good way to get that word out, because you're going to be doing something special in addition to offering the awesome goods and services that you do. All right? As always, thank you so much for coming by. I do appreciate the time you give me. I appreciate the thumbs up, the hearts, the comments. All that stuff means the world to me. It really does. It makes a difference. And if you choose to share this, all the better, because the more we can share information, the better off we'll all be, right? Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Have a good one, and we will talk again next week, if not before. For those of you who are interested in the post show, around 10 o'clock or so, I will jump onto Twitch. Twitter and Twitch always mix me up. We're going to jump on Twitch. So it's twitch.tv/your tech coach. So if you would like to continue this conversation, I will be there around 10 o'clock. And you are more than welcome to come. Or if you're just curious about what Twitch is like, come join us. We have a nice group of people, and we have a lot of fun there. So don't be shy. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.